stepdad who refused to pay for my childhood wants $60,000? Fine. Here's what I'm going to do.
I make minimum wage,
Yo,
bro.
I work at Walmart. I'm 29 female. And when I was about 10, my mom married my stepfather. I have an older brother, Luke, who was 15. My stepfather had Amy and Ada, who were 12 and 11. We didn't come from a privileged background. My mom was a minimum wage worker and my dad was absent. Our stepfather had a very good income. Their deal was they wouldn't combine finances and they would contribute equally to the household and then each take care of their children with their spare money. So my mom never had anything for us. At all. And my stepfather was spending big on his kids. This included holidays, which Luke and I were excluded from. Stepfather would pay for mom and not for us.
How insane is that?
Luke and I also shared a room, even though Amy and Ada had their own rooms, and we had a guest room.
That's so stupid.
So the room situation was because stepfather insisted that he was paying more towards the house, so my mom's share would only get her one room for the kids.
My God.
Luke and I were constantly teased for this situation by the three of them.
Wow.
My mom always said that we should be thankful because if it wasn't for our stepfather, we would not be living in a nice home in a good neighborhood.
Stop it.
Anyway, Luke and I determined to be able to take care of ourselves so we wouldn't need to take this nonsense from anyone. We have both done quite well with our careers and finances, and we are in a very good place. Since turning 18 and moving out of my relationship with the three of them, it has been very limited. I wouldn't call us friends, but we can exist peacefully in the same place. I visited my mom recently, and my stepfather mentioned that Amy wants to buy a house now that she's pregnant. He asked me if I'm able to help out a little bit with the deposit. The house is £500,000, and she needs a £150,000 deposit. She has £100,000 so far, $25K on her own, $25K from her mom, and $50K from stepfather. He was asking if Luke and I can help cover the extra $50K, and he said he'd pay us back as part of our inheritance eventually.
This has to stop.
It's ridiculous. All right, well, guess what OP says?
What?
Big fat no. He insisted that Luke and I both own our houses outright, and with our incomes, we should be able to help. Karma. That's what happens.
Seriously.
I said whether I can or not is irrelevant. My answer is no.
Facts.
He reminded me that Luke and I gave $10K to our cousin for buying a house as a gift. I said that was our choice, and this is my choice now.
Exactly.
He insisted that we should be willing to help out our family if we're able to help. I replied back, like how you helped out me and Luke when we were kids?
Exactly.
Huh? Everyone just went quiet when I said this. After a while, he said if we went back in time, he would have done things differently. Too freaking late. He said he would have treated all four of us equally. I said, that's good of you, but it doesn't make you entitled to my money now.
Boom.
He said he knows he's not entitled. That's why he's asking and promising to pay it back after he's dead. I said the answer is still no, and he's not entitled to a loan either. My mom told me I could have turned him down without being an asshole or bringing up childhood, which he already feels guilty about. Frickin' good.
As he should, bro.
Feel guilty. I want you to die with that guilt.
Have to stop with this.
Anyway, am I the a-hole?
Oh my God. No.
No way.
No OP. OP is like, no. Like,
this is my
This
time.
is why.
Yo.
Like, you fucked up, bro.
Also, it's like she probably has not said that to him ever.
We love it.
We love it.
We love it, OP.
My professor forced me to write my entire final project in the emergency room. I turned it in, but not how she was expecting. I know. This title sounds intense, but there's no way I can make it any less clickbait because this is what actually happened.
Oh boy.
So back in early December, I started to feel sick. Not like sick, but I've not been able to eat a lot and I lost about 8 kilograms of weight in 10 days.
Oh my God.
I will admit that I'm fat and was kind of happy that I just magically dropped weight. I was blaming it on too little rest. I just didn't get used to the food here in the US. I'm coming here from another country. Or I might have digestive problems. Might need to check that out, right? So those are like the list of things that OP thinks maybe is happening. It was on the 13th that everything suddenly went downhill.
Oh.
I woke up exhausted, sweating, and not being able to eat anything other than bottles and bottles of water.
Bro is eating bottles?
Bottles of water. It lasted for the entire day until 10 p.m. and I started to feel like I was going to pass out. So I went to the ER nearby with my roommate. In short, I got the big C, COVID, as well as a certain life-threatening thing going on. I'm not going to name it, but some of you might be able to tell from the above. Diabetes?
Whatever it is, it sounds
Bad.
Bad.
I had immediately a bunch of IVs put in and was moved to one of the ICUs. An ICU is like, that's the emergency room.
Oh, that is,
basically.
yeah, that's the real deal.
I lost consciousness as soon as I arrived in the ICU and didn't wake up until the next morning. And for the next 48 hours, I've been slipping in and out of consciousness. My doctor wanted me to sit in a chair instead of laying down all day, and I just passed out in the chair. I can vaguely remember dropping my phone on the floor, and I didn't have the energy to pick it up. On the third day, when I finally felt better, I went on my school portal and saw a new message from one of my professors telling me that I'm late to turn in my essay for the final project because it's finals week. Duh,
Bro.
you know? I had an essay 80% completed and it was on my laptop, which was packed up and sent to a friend's place by my roommate because we were moving out of our dorm at the time because it's like end of the year. And that friend happened to be out of town in New York celebrating the new year. And even if my roommate got the laptop somehow from my friend's place, they wouldn't have been able to hand it to me because I had COVID and, no one could visit.
God.
So yeah, everything was fucked. I explained the entire situation to the professor in a long, fully written out message, and they never responded.
It's so simple. Reading and responding
To an email of a student that's like literally like their
in the
life is
ICU.
threatened. Okay.
My God.
Fast forward a few days, John.
Okay.
The professor contacted me again, this time via email, to ask about my assignment. Their message was like, my name, where's your project?
Where's your decency, my man?
Facts. Where's your just
Where's your
doing your
humanity?
Job? Like you're supposed to read this email, or
Yeah.
maybe they did, or like, oh, this is just bullshit. I was triggered. I was mad. Well, to be honest, I wasn't in my best mental state because of what happened in the past few days,
Of
because
course.
OP literally has COVID. So I pasted my entire message that I sent to her in my email responding to that, just in case she hadn't read it in the school portal website. So basically that long-winded, that long message that she
Yeah.
sent before, she's just
Here it
saying
is.
again. She responded with something like, well, too bad. I'm going to have to fail you on this project because it's been assigned 2 weeks ago and you should have done it then. Ma'am, I could have totally finished it before the deadline if I wasn't in the ICU and in a coma for 2 days without my laptop. The doctors ended up deciding to keep me for a few more days after I'm no longer in danger. And hell, I did make good use of that. You know how, John?
Tell me.
I asked for a bunch of paper that, of course, had the hospital's name printed on them. And I wrote my entire essay again by hand.
Oh my gosh.
When you write the same piece of text the second time, trust me, it becomes way easier than the first time. So I made sure to write it as neatly as possible, trying my best to guilt them in every way possible. Then, as I promised in my response, I took a picture of it, making sure that I accidentally included my hand that is swollen with an IV plugged in and a bit of my hospital robe, and then I sent it away. I
Smart.
sent the assignment to them on December 17th. Not until yesterday, way after the semester has ended, they just sort of apologized. They're like, oh, I was too busy to check my messages because finals coming up, so I barely looked at your explanation, blah, blah, blah. I have no idea where they got my number, but fine, I'll take it.
You responded to it.
Yeah.
That you didn't
You
care.
said, too bad.
Oh.
As of now, I've decided to gap the spring semester and go back to my home country for a bit. My health has been greatly affected by what happened, and I'm going back home to take some rest. I also get to spend time with my mom, who has been very anxious since the first day I had the medical incident. The end.
Well, someone had a great name. OK Gang or something?
Yeah, the OK Gang.
Can the OK Gang mobilize as a unit with us as your generals and find this teacher and just
and
destroy
get them
their life?
fired.
Bro, like usually when we have these stories, they at least are able to like shame them, fire them or something.
Yeah,
right?
Like nothing. Like
The justice hasn't
I
been served.
hate that the professor is getting away with treating their
Oh.
students so terribly.
Bro, do it, guys.
Do it. Find them.
Find them. I told the bride she looked like an escort, but what she did was way worse.
There's not many things that you could say that would insult a bride more.
Very few things. My family and I are from Albania, but we live in the US. Now, my cousin David got married to his wife Lizzie this weekend. In Albania, we always go all out for weddings, and David wanted to keep many cultural traditions. The wife-to-be, Lizzie, hated that idea.
She hated it.
Lizzie, the Albanian tradition hater, had sent out invites via mail and also had some rules written down, as in no kids allowed, black tie dress code, and absolutely no plus ones unless both the bride and groom approved of it.
Yeah, I mean, like getting a +1 to there would be pretty tough.
Now, I am engaged
To be married?
To be married. And I thought that my fiance would be included, but David said Lizzie is against +1s.
At all in a wedding?
His wife-to-be does not want it. Now, I said that even if Lizzie is against it, my fiance has been in the family for years, way longer than his bride Lizzie has been around.
Lizzie got nothing, baby.
Plus, he's a friend of David's as well, and he could come as a friend, not as my +1. David was frustrated, and he said that Lizzie has set down most of the rules, and whenever he goes against her, she just gets mad, so we should cut him some slack and just bear it for his sake.
I mean, it is their wedding. They can kind of set the rules, though.
That is kind of true. But
I mean, but I think
he should be pushing back a little. Like if it's people the groom really wants to invite, he should be.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. It depends.
If the groom really wants that person.
Yeah. If the groom really wants it, but it is like, what's their budget? Like there's a lot of considerations, but it does sound like it's just the bride's just being an a-hole.
Just being super formal.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like if you're going to keep doing that, you're just going to get super isolated.
I thought it was ridiculous how he didn't stand up for himself, but all of the Albanian side of the family, my side, was side-eyeing the fact that the wedding was kid-free because we are used to involving the kids at the weddings. But the bride and her side of the family refused to make any compromises about it and show any respect to David and his wishes.
Wait, so she says she wants a traditional wedding, but she's not including the kids?
David wanted the traditions. She wanted her way. That's basically where we're at. But again, none of our business, despite our frustration. Now, despite the black dress code, and this is where it gets weird and what I was talking about earlier, most of the bride's family turns up in jeans, flannel shirts, and the women's just wear casual maxi dresses.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
The bride and her family were the ones that dictated the dress code, and they show up out of the dress code.
Yeah, that's a classic Albanian switcheroo.
And then, this is hilarious, our side of the family dressed more formal. So instead of doing their more traditional stuff, they adhered to the bride's family's dress code, but the bride's family didn't. It's crazy.
The bride's family seems like a bunch of poo-poo heads.
And the bride just wore a knee-length lace dress from H&M.
What?
Like, how are you going to say this is a black tie wedding and have a dress from H&M? That is unacceptable.
Was it even white?
It was white, but like
from H&M.
From H&M. Yeah, it was originally had like a 10-foot tail, but she dried it once and now it's knee length. The reception took place in a cabin by the lake, which had animal head trophies hanging on the walls.
Animal head trophies.
Every time the DJ tried to play some traditional Balkan music, the bride's family would get up and get him to change it. I mean, they're missing out on classics like
the national anthem of Albania.
So there's the Cupid Shuffle, and then there's that. The bride also made a big deal out of the fact that we were dressed more formal and how we overdid it and upstaged her.
Yo.
When she asked for black tie.
Do you know what black tie is? Dude.
Insanity.
She doesn't have that Albanian class.
Exactly. And she kept complaining about it all night long and was throwing tantrums to David about how we as his family are very disrespectful.
You can say a lot of shit about an Albanian family, but one thing you can never say is they're disrespectful.
The bride, Lizzie, also implied that David's sister looked like a high-end escort with her outfit, but David's sister tried to keep it together for David's sake.
Yikes.
Man.
This wedding is not going well.
It's an absolute mess. After constant insults thrown around all night long, I told her to just chill out.
Chillax, baby girl.
She said that she won't chill because we disrespected her. I told her, first of all, if she was scared she was going to be upstaged, she shouldn't have requested black tie dress code. And secondly, to be honest, it was not going to be hard to upstage her. I've seen grandma dresses fancier than the one she was wearing. So she is underdressing for her own wedding, which is supposed to be a black tie event.
Yo, that was a big clap back.
Yikes. David's entire family sided with me, but David said that I'm an a-hole for speaking to the bride like that on the wedding day. I told him that if the bride requires kindness, she should start within herself. Am I the a-hole? I mean, that's like the loss of her sense of dignity after she was upstaged with the wedding dress. You know?
For sure.
For sure.
This wife's family should separate from this husband's family because, this is like oil and water.
That's right. This lady is an idiot.
My fiance cheated on me. I called off the wedding, but now my sister hates me, and I think I know why.
Why?
So I was supposed to get married 2 months ago to my ex-partner of 5 years. Sadly, we broke it off because he cheated on me on his bachelor party with a stripper.
Oh.
I had this beautiful dress that cost me around $2,000 out of pocket. I had been very depressed since everything happened because I felt like it was somehow my fault for not being sexy enough, for not giving him what he wanted. It's not your fault, OP. It's your cheating whore husband. So last weekend, I decided to take my power back. And guess what she did, John?
What did she do?
She began altering the dress. So I've been sewing for 15 years, so I know what I am doing. I cut it a bit, changed the color to something less wedding-y, and after a week of work, I had a beautiful gown that I could use for more stuff. I uploaded a picture of the dress to Instagram with a caption that said something along the lines of, "You can change the worst memories," or some shit like that. My sister hits me up and asks me if that's my old wedding dress, and I told her, yes it is. She then called me and asked, "Why have you done this?" And I asked her, "Hey, what's the big deal? Like, it's my wedding dress. I can do whatever I want." And she told me that I could have waited till after her wedding. I was so confused.
Sam, the story is crazy.
Yeah, you know what's even crazier? Reddit is sponsoring this post because they want you to know about Reddit Recap, which is a feature so everyone can hear crazy stories like this one.
Exactly. You can find those, the posts you were early on throughout the year, your favorite communities, and just everything you loved on Reddit from the past year.
So if you want to hear some crazier stories from the last year, download Reddit right now.
Get it, baby.
So back to the story. So my sister reminded me that when we were staying at the hotel where my wedding was supposed to happen, my mom and sister were there cheering me up. And my sister said something along the lines of, "Oh, well, if you're not using it, I will." We all laughed. So I thought it was a joke because it was never brought up again after. She just asked me once what the material was because I thought she wanted something similar. Now, my sister is mad at me, and my mom says she understands both of our POVs, Switzerland, classic Switzerland move, but that I could have waited 5 more months till after her wedding to take the power back. Am I the a-hole? And edit, yes, he fucked the stripper. Please stop asking me.
The edit we all needed.
There is an update, but first, what do you think?
Absolutely not.
No?
Absolutely not.
It's her wedding dress. She bought it.
She bought it, bro.
She's going through a rough patch.
Literally.
A little bit of a rough patch.
Have some compassion, bro.
Yeah. It's not every day that your fiance fucks a stripper.
It's really not, though.
It's not.
Well, maybe for some people, but
also there's another edit. Before we go into the update, there's another edit. It says, "What the fuck is wrong with some of you? Suddenly I am the asshole for leaving my ex for cheating on me because it doesn't count because it was his bachelor party." Are people saying that?
You gotta love it.
Wait. Is it like a thing that it doesn't count if it's in your bachelor party?
I don't know, honestly. Like, I'm sure that I know that happens. That's like the
Yeah,
trope, right?
yeah,
you have the crazy bachelor party. Oh, something happens. You know what I mean? So I guess.
As a former sex worker, I had a chance to accompany a guy. We're getting a story within a story. This is from Quora, though.
Nice.
As a former sex worker, I had the chance to accompany a guy to a bachelor party. It was the bachelor party of his cousin. All the men who attended, besides the one who hired me, were in a relationship of some sort. While obviously there was flirting, touching, and some kissing, nobody crossed the line of having sex with the stripper or an escort. Bachelor parties are kind of lame. People usually organize them because they've heard it's cool and they saw it in the movie. Some guys who marry the first girl they dated throw the bachelor party because they are, at least subconsciously, curious what it's like to make your girlfriend, future wife jealous for the first time. This is something people often underestimate, but it's true. Strippers who attend bachelor parties are almost always not prostitutes. They have boyfriends, husbands, and will either decline having sex with guests altogether or will ask for a price so high that it will turn people off.
Oh, that's a great move. Just be like $300,000.
Yeah. Come on.
What do you got?
Work it up, baby.
That's fun. That makes sense. Cause it's like I know of not personally, but there's like people who go to strip clubs like with their wife and stuff like that. You know, like it's just like a activity to go, like a fun activity.
Yeah, but
know?
I don't think the whole it's not cheating because it's your bachelor party is like
that's very clear.
Thing.
Yeah, very clear.
I don't know if it is, but it definitely shouldn't be a thing.
No, it shouldn't be.
Yeah, let's
watch there be like 1,000 comments like, Sam, you idiot.
Doesn't count.
We're high value men.
All right, there's an update though.
Okay.
I posted this approximately 5 months ago. After being assured by all of Reddit I did nothing wrong, I decided to try to talk it out with my sister. So I tried calling her, but she had blocked my number. I was very confused and talked to my mother. She was trying to still stay out of it, and I got a little mad and said that it was not fair, that my sister was not right because she never formally asked me, and how was I supposed to know and guess that she wanted it? She tried to justify her, but in the end also accepted that my sister was wrong. Nonetheless, she told me to give her space and that she will come to terms with this herself. I waited a few days till I met her in the supermarket. At first, she tried to act like she didn't see me, but I planted myself in front of her. She was just rolling her eyes, saying she had places to be. And I just said, I hope you notice how unfair you're treating me, and then left her alone. That night, I received a call where I was berated for being selfish for about 20 minutes by her. I asked her if she was done and asked her if we could talk like adults. She came over the next night and we had an exhausting fight, screaming, crying. And after all was said and done, she actually apologized for everything.
Hey, okay.
She was kind of jealous of my dress and of the wedding I almost had. And she was embarrassed that she couldn't afford everything I could. And she felt like she failed as an adult and as a mother. And honestly, I get it. Not because I think she's a failure, but because I get how it feels if your brain tells you you failed at life because you don't have the things that other people have. Comparison is the thief of joy of people.
That's right.
She apologized also because she was trying to blame me for her problems and everything was easier if she wasn't the one to blame. We talked a lot more until the time came and I told her that she didn't need a fancy dress and that we could search for something to get and customize a very basic gown. And we didn't have much time. It's not super fancy. And sadly, due to the outbreak, the wedding was supposed to happen this month and it was canceled. They had a courthouse wedding where she wore one of my dresses and she is celebrating in August if possible. And that's everything. So even if I wasn't the a-hole, and my sister seemed like a little bit of a brat, she was dealing with some pretty heavy feelings, and I still love her. Thank you for the judgment and advice.
Hey, we love a great, wholesome ending.
This is 2 for 2. The first story we read today, too, was pretty wholesome.
A wonderful, beautiful. Too
freaking wholesome, bro.
Where's the drama?
Where's
the disgusting filth?
Come on,
that we know and love.
Yeah. I'm trying to read tea, bro. I'm trying to read some tea, and I'm trying to spill it all over the place. I'm trying to scald my balls with some freaking hot tea. I'm trying to have the skin burn off. Trying to have like red hot balls.
Oh my God. Just teabagging it.
Yeah,
just
teabag.
Dipping.
I'm trying to have an English breakfast, as they say.
Wow.
I just found out that I'm an affair baby, and then my dad told me something that ruined my life. I have no idea how to process all this, and I am completely unprepared for what lies ahead. Both my older brother and sister went to the same college. My brother graduated 2 years ago, and my sister is set to graduate in 2 years. Both had their college paid by our dad. Dad paid all the college expenses, including rent, food, their cars, pocket money, you name it, he paid for it. My brother has a job now, his own place, lives together with his fiance, and has his life together. My sister already has a good paying job, and my dad still pays for almost everything for her. I got accepted to the same college, which was always the plan, John.
Amazing.
It was always going to happen. And I was looking forward to talk with my parents about the next steps.
Of course.
Going to ask them, hey, can you do the same thing that you did for my siblings?
Give me that cheddar.
I always assumed they had money put aside for my college the way they had for my siblings, which is a perfectly normal thing to assume.
Very, very logical, trail down.
Instead, I was met with a story about my mother's cheating.
Oh, God.
How I am a result of her cheating and how my dad is not willing to support me anymore going forward.
Whoa.
So my dad told me that my mom had 18 years to let me know and prepare me for the future. But obviously, she never did.
Oh, God.
He said it was never his place to say anything since I am not his son, and he didn't want to interfere with my mom's parenting.
I mean, but you clearly raised the child.
I know. He's just been harboring a grudge maybe all these years.
Wow.
Apparently, my grandparents know I'm not my dad's biological son, but they haven't bothered to tell me anything either. My siblings had no idea. They are as surprised as I am because there was never a hint of anything being off. I might be naive, but I always thought I had a great relationship with my dad. We go see sports together. We go fishing together. He tutored me when I had difficulties with math. My dad is an engineer. He taught me to drive. I never got a hint that he stores resentment towards me. I mean, he gave me my name and has explained what my name means, and he was very proud of it.
Wow.
It's a story he tells from time to time. He likes to talk about that stuff with me.
I mean, that is like, this person has clearly like been a father, and then just the dissociation is crazy.
It's all a ruse.
Wow.
Fake dad. My mom never said a word about anything. And apparently, she was supposed to have the talk with me, but she never did. I feel abandoned and unprepared for what lies ahead. I'm not even sure I will be able to go to college anymore. I always assumed my parents would pay for it. I never had a job. I'm not even sure what job I could get that would support me, and I have no idea how to apply for loans. All my mom has done is cry and apologize, but nothing of substance. She has no idea how to help.
Bitch, help her apply for a loan or something.
But there is an update. I did manage to talk with both my mom and dad, and I know where I stand in relation with them as well as my siblings. I'm not sure I would have had the courage to say what I had to say if not for the amount of help and advice I got through the comments. Shout out Reddit comments coming in clutch. I think it's safe to say that both my parents love me, and what happened 2 weeks ago was an overreaction because of a fight between my parents.
Okay. Now more sense is being made.
So apparently I am still going to college. It will be college that I've always wanted to go to. It'll be the same as my siblings, and the money to pay for it already exists. My family is not going bankrupt, and my dad just had a mental breakup with all the issues around my grandpa, who is dying of a stroke, and his fight with my mom. So apparently how this fight all came up. This fight's juicy, John. It's a juicy fight.
I'm ready for it.
So what started the entire scandal? My parents were talking about us, their children, and my mom said something to the lines of, to think you wanted to split up when I came back pregnant or something like that. I was not there. That's what she told me. I guess dad was talking about how proud he was of his children, and mom wanted to express her gratitude for dad raising me as his own. And dad took it as, quote, the affair was the best decision I ever made. Or something like that.
Yeah,
This is where it gets worse, John.
It gets worse?
And the fight escalated from there. And mom told dad something along the lines of, and I quote, "What makes you think any of them are yours?"
You've got to be joking. You cannot say that. You are the one that cheated.
I know.
What are you talking about?
You know, I'm gonna. If I was dad, I'm like, shit. Fuck, maybe she's right.
Literally, like, do I have no children? Biological
paternity
children?
test, baby.
My goodness.
Check. So it went downhill from there fast. Shortly after that, my dumb face showed up. And I asked, hey, are you guys going to pay for college? Dad and mom have since made up. Mom is still a mess. Dad is not handling my grandpa's passing away too well either. I did talk with my siblings and my sister, and my mom felt like it was time for her to answer some questions about the origin story of me.
Oh, boy.
So when my mom had an affair years ago and got pregnant with me, my parents started divorce. Mom moved in with a man that she had an affair with.
Oh, my.
But after a few months, the guy decided he wanted nothing to do with her and kicked my mom out. She had nowhere to go, so my grandparents took her in because she was still the mother of their grandkids. Mom and dad then got back together. After a lot of work, dad took me as his own, and that's my life since. The man who is my natural father is not in the picture anymore. Dad didn't really know who he is, and mom hasn't heard or seen him ever since. He was fully aware mom was pregnant with his child. I guess he had more important things to do, but it doesn't sound like he was about to cure world hunger. She met him in a bar, not a fundraiser. I did learn where I stand with my family.
Okay.
And it's safe to say that I am loved and I have options. I thought I was isolated, but my world is wider than I thought. Grandparents, sibling, my aunt, my cousins all have my back. I think my parents are human and they make mistakes. And even though this was not the greatest moment, I think I will look at everything as nothing more than a weak moment in an otherwise wonderful relationship.
Wow. Man, it's rare that we get a story that explodes, craziness, chaos ensues, and it actually
pieces back together.
It pieces back together.
Yeah.
Very rare.
I know. Full circle. I actually think this is one of my favorite stories too, because it's like, that exact arc. It's just like, And it's like, oh, it's kind of like the hero's journey almost. Like everything goes awry, and then it's back to where we started, all good.
Yeah, and we thought like, okay, the dad is being crazy here, but then we realized, okay, he's going through his dad's passing. He's like dealing with all this. So
yeah, and also the mom of the characters in the story that look worse. The mom. Yo,
the
like,
mom.
bro. She cheated, moved in with the other guy. The other guy was like, fuck this bitch. And then kicked her out. And then
she moved in with his parents.
She moved in with her ex's parents. Then they got back together. But I'm like, bro, like, yeah, I guess like, I mean, he has kids with her, but fuck, like he's getting some sloppy seconds.
That is sloppy. He was first and he still got sloppy seconds.
I know. Yikes.
Whew. I-16 male had a daughter with my girlfriend, but now she's leaving to college, so I'm gonna do something drastic.
16?
Before you say anything, yes, I knew about protection. I was just dumb. So some story time. My parents divorced when I was 10, but I lived primarily with my mom. Tiffany's 16 parents are together. When our parents found out that she was pregnant, her parents kicked her out and my mom kicked me out. So now we live with my dad. During the pregnancy, my dad took my mom to court and got primary sole custody. I know what this means because I had to go to court for my daughter. He sued Tiffany's parents for legal guardianship, and now they pay child support for her, and they are pissed and refuse to talk to us. I'm in my bedroom and my daughter is in her bedroom and my ex is in the guest room that is now hers. My dad struck a deal with us. We live with him until 18 with no rent payments, and at 18, we need to decide what it is we do. I wasn't really that good in school, and Tiffany is an A student. So I took my GED, and my dad got me into welding school. I also work full-time, so I do welding school at night. Tiffany goes to school.
He's 16?
He's 16. Tiffany goes to school and works on the weekends at Wendy's. The whole thing is a huge ordeal. We literally have no life. My dad helps, but not that much because he feels it's our responsibility, which I agree, but it still sucks. I work 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. at a warehouse and go to school from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Tiffany is home by 2:30 and picks up our daughter from daycare. We help each other a lot, and then I head off to school and she stays with her at home until I get home and do it all over again day after day after day.
Dang, bro.
I'm just getting tired reading this.
Yo. I can't imagine.
This is why you stay virgins, ladies and gentlemen.
Stay a virgin.
You know,
until you're 30.
Be a loser.
Yeah.
Like us.
Hey, the best safe sex is being a fucking nerd.
Hey, come on now. That's the greatest condom of all time.
Yeah, bro. Wear some Crocs and
Minecraft t-shirts, fedoras
on the internet.
Fedoras.
Yeah, fedoras.
That's, bro, 100% accuracy. It's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
When my daughter was born, my dad made us go to court. We split 50-50 and I don't pay child support because she lives with us. Because I work full time, I can get health care for my daughter and myself. The only thing that sucks is it costs me $300 a month and daycare is $400 a week.
Fuck! Are you kidding me? I'm bitching about paying like $250 for fucking car insurance.
Yeah. Meanwhile,
16? $400 a week? Are you kidding? On a Wendy's job?
Literally, Tiffany works just so we can pay for our daycare and I pay for everything else. So literally all of her money goes to daycare.
That sucks. Dude, what are they? Fuck. They can't even go to like a movie. Or like
that is crazy.
Skating. Can't order Pizza Hut.
My dad has been our rock. When we are tired and exhausted, he will step in and give us a break here or there, but he makes sure we have everything we need and keeps us motivated. Tiffany wants to apply to a college soon, and I'm worried because I don't want to keep living with her, and I don't think I can keep our daughter full time as a welder working 12-hour shifts. But she says she will start at a community college and work, but she wants to stay with us living together since it's easier. Since I will be working and it will be best to stay with my dad. But my dad said at 18, we have to pay rent. She doesn't mind, but I don't want to keep living with her because we aren't together. I'm unsure how to tell her this. My dad thinks that she should stay with us as long as she is a full-time student to finish her degree because I already am getting into my career. I just feel that all of this is unfair because the burden is on me.
Wait. So just to clarify something. So she's going to college. When she goes to college, she'll be living there. When she hits 18, she's going to have to pay rent.
Yes.
when he hits 18, he's going to have to pay rent.
Yep.
He wants to live somewhere else. He's going to have to pay rent somewhere else. So why couldn't he? But maybe it has to do with like custody of the kid or something.
Yeah, maybe the custody is through the dad or something. Yeah, I don't know. There's probably something like that, but it is a good question. It's like, why not get like, I imagine there's probably an apartment 5 to 15 minute drive away. I guess I'm just ranting because I'm scared and unsure of what this all means, but there's an edit. I guess my thing about her living with us is that we are a lot more like siblings now. We get along and joke and stuff, but since she is my ex, I feel weirded out by it. Maybe I need to take a breather since everyone is saying it's a good thing. Also, I needed to hear it from other people and not just my dad, and he is pretty solid and I should thank him and maybe take him to dinner or something. Second edit, my dad isn't kicking us out at 18, but he wants us to be realistic to the world and pay bills. The money he gets from Tiffany's parents, he just gives to her. She is saving up money for a car and uses other money for her specific foods and clothes. Before I became a dad, my dad always wanted me to live with him at 18 and figure it out and stay with him and save money till I can buy a house. When he found out that I was going to be a dad, he wasn't mad, but disappointed and said everything has to change.
Everything has to change.
Yeah.
That's a rough thing to hear.
I mean, again, like the parent yelling versus like the parent like truly disappointment where you can feel it.
And yeah, dude, everything did have to change. Wait, so they get to stay with the family.
He is, yeah.
With his dad.
He's saying that they can stay, but they're basically maybe it's the rent and the bills, and pay bills. Okay, like basically what he was saying before, like they are going to have to contribute to the rent if they want to.
Hey, that
stay
sounds fine.
Also, my dad is paying for my welding school, which is $20,000, and he bought me a car.
Sheesh.
All right, daddy, big bucks over here. But I do have to pay my own insurance.
Insurance fucking sucks. I hate it.
Sam is in the throes of an insurance quarrel.
Ugh.
By the way, any car insurance companies listening right now,
yo, give us free insurance.
He does help as long as he sees that we are trying and not being lazy. When school recently started, he took my daughter to daycare every morning and helped Tiffany with a routine to get her schoolwork done. I have to get to class now. Tiffany wants to be a nurse or a PA, but the college told her nursing school is hard to get into and it's best to have a high school diploma, which is why she's still in high school and working on the weekends. But someone mentioned a dual thing for community college we'll look into. So we couldn't get daycare assistance because we're minors and they used my dad's salary for it. The funny thing is, I literally can't open a checking account for myself because I am a minor, but the bank allowed me to open a children's account for my daughter because I am her parent. Lol, the irony. You can't even open your own damn bank account, bro. I read every single comment and it's given me a different POV, and I guess college seems so far and I was counting years, but it's really not that bad as she's like a little sister now, and those who asked, I doubt we will get back together, honestly. I am not thinking about anything like that right now. I am just too tired to be in a relationship or think of anything like that for the future. I don't know why I feel they need to update this, but here it goes. Tiffany and my dad are together. No, I'm just kidding. False alarm. Tiffany and my dad went to the school and were able to get her enrolled in college classes because of her grades. So now she can do high school and community college at the same time. She won't graduate high school super fast, but she will have enough to finish high school hours by next December, so 6 months early. She reapplied for assistance and we got a voucher for daycare, which is now $50 a week. She quit her job so she can focus on school, but she doesn't start college until spring, so that's cool and it gives her some time. And she wants to still be a nurse, so that's great. Just want to say thanks for thinking I'm a great dad, but I don't believe it just yet. I depend on my dad a lot to help me. Tiff and I are trying to take parenting classes and they offer a lot of advice and we've made friends there, which is nice. But I don't think we would be this prepared without my dad. Also, Tiff is on WIC, which helps women get money for food. And we take parenting classes and co-parenting classes because it's my dad's rules.
The dad seems like he's the
hero.
Got it shit
story.
together. Yeah.
All of the other parents, screw you.
Yeah.
Like,
the dad's
what are you doing?
really like stepping it up a notch.
Because like if you think about it, imagine if all the parents chipped in and were like, hey, look, we're not going to provide financial support for like you guys for like living or whatever, but we'll give some child support to the baby. Like that, like just setting up the daycare, like so Wendy could get to school, like so many things. But
make sure to not get pregnant when you're young.
Wrap your wiener.
Yep.
My in-laws called me a filthy gold digger, but what I said next might make my husband divorce me. My fiance, male 33, comes from a very well-off family while I Hi, female 29, come from a working class family. My fiance's family are nice, but they can't help but throw comments at me about how I might be a gold digger. For example, if he buys me something, they'll go like, you are a filthy gold digging. I'm just kidding. For example, if he buys me something, they'll go, oh, Jason bought you that? You know what this looks like, right?
You're like a gold digging filthy butt licker.
And or, wait, did Jason pay for this? Only gold diggers would make their partner pay for stuff all the time. I'm just saying. It's so demeaning, and my fiance does nothing to stop it, especially now that he's in a bad place. Here's what happened, Sam. He lost his job.
Oh. So the gold digger becomes the gold diggy.
Exactly. So we've been keeping it secret from the family. So they haven't even told the family he's unemployed for some dumb reason.
People get, let go all the time.
It happens.
Like 11,000 people just got let go from Facebook.
Literally.
Don't be ashamed.
It's so stupid. And since he's keeping it the secret, I'm the one paying for everything now.
Huh.
Funny.
How the turntables turn.
Mm-hmm. And this has been going on for 4 months. Now, last week, his parents invited us over for dinner and insisted that we go. So we went. At the dinner table, his mom grabbed my hand, literally while I was eating. That's hilarious. You're like,
no, take that fork out. Don't eat that, honey. Think of your figure.
And then she looked at my bracelet and went, oh, that bracelet looks really nice. Did Jason pay for it?
Oh my God.
I nodded and reminded her that he bought it for me as a birthday gift last year. She was like, I wonder how much it costs. She then leaned back and said, you know, when my brother was dating this other gold digger woman, she would receive expensive stuff like this bracelet here for her birthdays.
Why would she say that? Dude, asshole move.
This is literally like your son's fiance.
Yeah.
Bro.
Have a little support, man.
Literally. Or at least if you have nothing nice to say nothing at all. At bare minimum, I was stunned. I cut her off and asked her if she meant to say that I was a gold digger. She threw her hands up and said, I mean, well, if the shoe fits.
No, that is so
not with the shoe fits.
Dude, that's like exactly what I imagined like a rich older woman saying.
Yeah.
To demean everyone.
She's giving evil stepmother and Cinderella big time.
Facts.
While laughing awkwardly, silence took over. I looked at my fiance and he shook his head at me like, what? So I snapped. I told her it was bold of her to imply that I was a gold digger when I was literally providing for her unemployed son for 4 months now.
Yo.
That secret ain't a secret anymore.
She's totally
broke ass
throwing that guy under the bus. But he should have stood up for her.
He should have stood up for her, and they should have told her it's like the dumbest thing.
Yeah, they don't necessarily need to like broadcast this to the world, but like
they shouldn't hide it. They're actively hiding it, which is the problem.
They should just like the boyfriend should or the guy should just like say like, hey, don't talk to my wife like that, or my fiance.
Simple,
easy,
right? Imagine he believes it.
Yeah,
while he's being
unemployed.
Like, women just want me for my stuff.
For my
I don't
money.
understand.
For my unemployment benefits. About $400 a month from the EDD.
Come on, bro. They all look shocked. She glanced at me in shock, and his dad asked if it was true. And my fiance just froze, but looked really angry. It's like, bruh, you have lost.
You could have said something all the times before.
Literally. And like also, OP should be angry, not you. Are you kidding? Who cares? God. An argument ensued and dinner was cut short and we had to leave and they started berating him. This family
for
is
what? Like just for being unemployed?
How dare you not be employed, son?
Or maybe it's like, how dare you be a gold digger to this fine woman? Like maybe they're just super anti-gold diggers.
Yes,
whoever they perceive as a gold digger is just gonna get like their ass blasted.
It's like back in the 1800s, the McFlellans had a had so much wealth, but then the gold digger came in and ruined our family legacy.
The 4 nations lived in harmony until the gold diggers attacked.
Exactly. Then my fiance had a rage fit in the car, just yelling and lashing out at me.
Yo,
Bro.
this guy needs to like just chill or
100%.
just leave.
Literally, like it should be the other way around, if anything. In my defense, I said that he sat by and let his mom continually imply that I'm a gold digger.
Dude, like he had so many chances to stick up for her.
But she said that they had never outright called me a gold digger before. So at this moment, I snapped. He said I had no right to take advantage of his unfortunate circumstance.
Get a job.
Literally, to get back at my mom and expose him to the family. His parents went on about how disappointed they were, and now as a result, he got disinvited from Thanksgiving.
Wait, because he doesn't have a job? What is this family? This family is fucked
This
up.
is the most screwed up family of all time. He blew up at me because of it this morning and kept saying I screwed him over so badly when he was just an innocent bystander.
You're not an innocent bystander if you're watching injustice happen and choose to do nothing.
And again, like we've literally said it in this recording session, we've said it a million times.
How do you not know?
How?
How do you
Like-
not see the red flags?
I hope that there's an update
That
where
you divorce.
OP leaves.
Yeah, please.
Because
Please, this is a bad situation.
That's what we need. Also, if you've ever been in this situation, let us know how you handled it.
My brother slept with my girlfriend, so I'm canceling my daughter's wedding. I'm 46 male, and my brother is 48 male. When I was 20, my then girlfriend cheated on me with my brother. I was heartbroken and pissed. I told him he is no longer my brother. Despite my request, my family didn't cut him off, so I told him that I will never again be in the same place he is. If the family wishes to invite both of us, then they should just invite him, as I'm the one giving the ultimatum.
I think that's fair. I think if you're going to be like unreasonable, be like, I'm cutting him off from everything.
Yeah.
You shouldn't insist that he's not going to be invited.
My daughter is getting married in spring next year, and in our culture, both parents are paying for the wedding 50-50. Unexpectedly, my daughter sat me down and told me that she will be inviting my brother and his family. He married my cheating ex. Oh, wait, I didn't realize that. He married the cheating ex.
Oh, God. So that means that he would always have to see him at events.
That makes so
sense.
much more sense.
Yeah.
God dang.
That's like a knife every time you see him.
I can understand.
Because it's like it's
yeah.
one thing to cheat and then it just like they cheat once and then they never see each other again, or they cheat and like they're unhappy, but to be happy with the person you cheated.
Bad. Bad.
Yikes. Because then you know, like, it's not like a, like, oh, maybe there was just some attraction, but no feelings. So that's like, they had feelings for your brother. It's like the double attraction. You know?
Literally.
Versus
Yeah.
just like a sexual attraction. You're like,
Yeah.
okay, that
Oh, it's a
okay
one-time
over
thing,
time.
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I feel like,
It's like, I didn't love you. I loved your brother.
Like
Yeah.
the better version of the genetics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're cool, but like your brother's better, so I hate you goodbye.
Is it an older brother or a younger brother? Because if it's an older, I feel like it even makes it worse.
It is older brother.
Yikes, bro.
oh, yikes.
Yeah, that,
Because that's like, oh, you're like, you look up to your older brother.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Now, apparently my daughter was seeing them for the last 4 years and built a relationship with them behind my back.
With,
With the brother,
Right.
the cheating brother.
Yo, it's like the daughter's cheating.
yeah.
And this is the kick in the gut. She even wants the cousin from the cheaters to be some kind of flower girl. So they had a kid
yeah.
and they want the kid to be a flower girl.
Part of me thinks, though, that kids shouldn't be punished for the wrongdoing of the parents.
True, but then
It's
Yeah.
It's kind of messed up. I'm like,
Yeah.
absolutely hold a grudge against
Yeah,
those two people, but like, you
kid.
should not be able to have a relationship with your cousin because they're parents.
Oh, relationship. Yeah.
Yeah.
Needless to say, I was pissed. And I told her what my boundaries are. And if my brother is invited, then I will not pay for any part of the wedding. My daughter became angry and told me that it's time to let go of the past. I told her it's not her call to make. We argued some more and she told me that I was making her wedding about myself, and I told her I will probably not even attend, so it will be all about her. She left crying.
She has a point.
That's kind of, yeah, because you got to think too. So, like, this happened.
Yeah.
You obviously met her mom.
Mm-hmm.
They got together.
Yep.
They had a kid.
Yep.
This kid is old enough and now they're getting married. Like
Yeah.
it's been
a while. Like, can you just
Time
like
has passed.
like even if she was trying to get married right at 18, it's
Yeah.
been over, it's
26 years
Yeah.
has passed.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say it's got to be over
26
20.
years.
26 years.
Yo, get over it.
Yeah, I mean, I would be like, this is your daughter's wedding. This is her day. She can invite who she wants, and you don't have to like them or interact or anything. But like, this is her day, and it's been 26 years. I mean,
Is there like 26 years feels like more than enough time to try like for the family's sake?
Yeah.
Like try to mend things. What's like the minimum amount of time?
I think he probably like could have easily gotten away with a good 5 years.
5 years?
Honestly, on that, especially considering that they have a child.
yeah,
They
that's
very easily gotten
crazy.
away with.
Yeah.
I think like a little over an election cycle, and then you should be over it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Biden's out,
But,
brothers in.
Yeah, I think anything under 5 years would have been such a like, if 4 to 5
Yeah.
years, like if you were trying to push it that soon, you would have been the asshole for pushing that.
Yeah.
But at this point, it's like
26? I don't know. So, my ex-wife called me screaming and told me I'm a huge a-hole and our daughter is crushed. Then my parents called and said the same thing. I told them off, and now I'm ignoring all of their calls. My girlfriend told me to reconsider and apologize. But I said, I'm breaking up with you. No, I'm just kidding. Full throttle. Fuck everyone who wants this. She said that by not paying and attending, I will break the relationship with my daughter.
Yeah.
So true.
I don't know. I think my boundaries should be respected. Am I the a-hole for that? What do we think?
Oh, absolutely. If my dad was not at my wedding, I would be like, my dad could get in a serious car crash the night before, and I would move the wedding to the hospital with a few close friends and family.
Yeah,
because
yeah,
how
yeah.
important it would be to me to have my mom. I mean, my dad and my mom and like
Mm-hmm.
those immediate family members there. I feel like, yeah, at the point, you don't need to have a relationship with them, but you don't need to be hurting other relationships.
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
process.
I totally agree. Like, and also like he's like destroying all of his relationships right now. It's like this isn't benefiting you, this grudge anymore, right? So maybe let it go so you can have a relationship with your daughter and your rest of your family.
Find some covert nuclear revenge and just do that. Or it never can be traced back to you. Do that and then call it good.
And then put a story on nuclear revenge. And then we read that.
There we go.
Aha.
Give us some more content, babies.
That's right.